Hey guys, Josh here from TrailBuilt and TrailBuilt Off-Road on the YouTube. Back in front of you guys today because we see it all the time when we're browsing the interwebs or on Facebook, or hear this question when we're out on the trails, and that is people who are new to the off-roading scene asking the question of what size tires should I run? Well, maybe you're thinking of going up a few sizes, or you are going to the extreme side of the spectrum and are wanting to run like a 40-inch tire or 42 or even bigger. Whichever the case, there are a few things that you'll want to keep in mind when upgrading to larger size tires. So we want to help all of you out by going over a few pointers that will help you make that decision. And remember guys, don't forget to check out our website. It's trailbuiltoffroad.com, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date with all of our newest videos. So let's talk tires. First things first, consider what it is that you're wanting to use your off-road rig for. If you're planning on a daily driver but still able to hit those mild trails on the weekend, or do you plan on going off-road often and still daily driving your rig? What type of terrain are you off-roading on? Around here in Wisconsin, we have just a little bit about everything from rock gardens to deep mud, steep hills with loose rocks, and deep snow in the wintertime. So on average, most of us around here, we're running about 35 to 37 inch tires to give us that needed ground clearance we need, but not too large of a tire that it makes it a bit unbearable to use our off-roaders as a daily driver. So when considering larger tires, you also want to consider which size suspension lift you're planning on going with as well. So depending on the vehicle, you may be able to go up a size or two without having to install a lift. However, when steering lock to lock, there may be issues with larger tires rubbing on your suspension components. So you may need to either purchase a set of spacers, or if you plan on upgrading your wheels as well, then you may want to consider going with more of a negative offset or more back spacing, if you will. Negative offset will push your wheels out further from the vehicle, increasing that clearance needed for your suspension components, although you still may need to clearance the bumpers or fenders anyways. So in most circumstances, when upgrading to larger tires, typically you'll want to replace the wheels with an increase of negative offset, whether you lift your rig or not, to clear those control arms and suspension components. Just be mindful of the fact that when you increase the negative offset, you may end up having to trim maybe the inside of the bumper where the wheel might, or the tire might rub, or maybe the back of the inner wheel well. Either way, something to keep in mind that there may be some trimming involved. So best way to check out what fits and what doesn't is head on over to our gallery on our website, trailbuiltoffroad.com. Also, with larger tires, you are absolutely adding more weight, and that can take a toll on your drivetrain components, such as your steering components, your axle shafts, your wheel bearings, U-joints, ring and pinion gears, transfer case, transmission components, not to mention your engine. So depending on the size of tires that you are considering, you'll also want to consider upgrading some of the components in your drivetrain as well. Things like maybe taller gears that'll help relieve some of the stress on your drivetrain, or aftermarket axles, maybe stronger axles, or steering stabilizers, things like that, but the list goes on and on and on. All right guys, well, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions about the size tires or wheels or suspension kits, make sure let us know. Drop them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you guys can hold on to the ride with us. As always, we appreciate all of you for watching. I'm Josh from TrailBuilt Off-Road, and we'll see you guys next time.